Namaste, everyone, and welcome to our Bhagavad Gita study. Today, we are starting the sixth chapter. We have already done chapter 15, chapter 9, chapter 16. Three chapters we finished. This is the fourth chapter. Very interesting. And that chapter is titled as Dhyana Yoga or Yoga of Meditation or Atma Sanyam Yoga. So here the Lord tells everything that we want to know about meditation and what really meditation means. So this chapter starts with the first verse, which says, "Anasritaha karma phalam, anasritaha karma phalam, karyam karma karotiya, sa sannyasi cha yogi cha, na niragni na chakriya." I request everyone to keep the PDF open for these slokas for better grasp of the subject. So, anasrita karma phalam. So, word by word, anasrita. Asrita means dependent. Anasrita means independent. So, anasrita karma phalam. Karyam karma karotiya. Those who do their duties independent of fruit of action. Anasritah karma phalam karyam karma karoti ya sasanyasi cha yogi cha na niragni na chakriya. And such an individual, such a yogi is both a yogi as well as sannyasi, both. So God says in the opening verse that anasritah karma phalam karyam karma karotiya sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriya. But not the one who does not do anything, does not do perform his duties. Niragni means the one who does not light up the fire. Fire was a symbolic of yagnas. So the fire is also symbolic of cooking and preparation of food. So, so the sannyasi, they do not cook the food for themselves, and they maintain themselves by whatever they get it from us, from the devotees. So the one who does not light up a fire or does not cook, that is not the enough criteria for being a sannyasi. That's what. So anasritah karma phalam karyam karma karotiya sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriya. One who is inactive, one who doesn't work for himself, that is not a sannyasi. No, sometimes we say that, okay, given up these things and then I will become a sannyasi. It is not that easy. So here God gives the definition so that yogi and sannyasi, it's a one entity. There is no difference. Both are striver, both intention is to get to God realization. So the God explains that in earlier chapter. So it's a chapter that sannyasa karma yogasya, sannyas yoga and karma yoga. Sannyasa karma yogasya niha sri sakaravo tayo astu karma sannyasat karma yogo visisyate. In the previous chapter, God explained that sannyas yoga and karma yoga both are good. Sannyasa karma yogasya niha sri sakaravo tayo astu. But out of these two, tayo astu karma sannyasat karma yogo visisyate. Instead of a sannyas of karma, karma yoga is better and superior. That's what God explained. And here he says that both are very similar, and that we will see why both are very similar. So that is in the next verse. The God explains that yam sannyasam iti praho, yam sannyasam iti praho Yogam tam vidhi Pandava. Na yam sanyasta sankalpo yogir kasyana. So, yam sannyasam iti pra. What is called sannyasa? He tells Arjuna, what is called sannyasa? Yam sannyasam iti praho. Praho means what is said to be sannyasa. Yogam tam vidhi Pandava. Know it to be yoga. What is called sannyasa? Arjuna understand that is sannyasa. Yam sannyasam iti praho. Yogam tam vidhi Pandava. Why? Na yam sannyasta sankalpo yogir bhavati kaschana. That you cannot become a yogi unless you have given up all your sankalpa, all your desires. So the karma yogi is sannyas yogi because he has given up all the sankalpa. Sankalpa is a stage prior to desires. The sankalpa means formulating, something to make myself happy. That is a sankalpa. So sannyasi has given up, a yogi has given up all sankalpa. That's why he is a sannyasi for the sankalpa. So yam sannyasam iti praho yogam tam vidhi Pandava. Yam na that nahi sannyasta sankalpo, without giving up the desires for the worldly thing. Nahi sannyasta sankalpo yogir bhavati kaschana. You can never become a yogi. So yogi is also sannyasi. So sannyasi, yogi, both are similar with a little difference. That is sannyasi has given up everything. Word sannyasi is derived from combination of two words, sam and nyasa. Sam means complete. Nyasa means sublimation. Sublimation of all desires, that is sannyasa. Sannyasa means sannyasi has given up all the worldly things and desires to have them or to enjoy them. So that is sannyasi. Karma yogi has dedicated all his work to the Lord and working to please the Lord, because a karma yogi wants to perform the work. He is also a very well informed and intelligent man, spiritually advanced, but he wants to do the work. He is not concerned also with the outcome of the work, and he is dedicating all that all the work as to the Almighty. So that is Karma Yogi. Both have given up the fruit of action. Sannyasi has given up completely, and he has everything, all desires and all fruit of action. Karma Yogi does the karma, he has given up the fruit of action or offered the fruit of action to the Lord. So that is the difference. Sannyas yogi has given up all the desires altogether. Karma yogi has given up all binding desires. Means binding desires means desires which if you don't fulfill, you will be very sad. That is called binding desire. So there is so Karma Yogi is in the sansara and he is doing the activities with a pure mind of dedicating all his actions to the Almighty and accepts whatever comes to him as a prasad buddhi. So that is a subtle difference. So both are very advanced spiritually. So that is a verse number 2. And it is important to understand sankalpa very much in depth. That sankalpa means formulating something to please ourselves. Means I want this, I don't want this. So both form desiring that thought precedes the desires, then desire, and then action. So these three, they come in in sequence. No? And when we give up sankalpa, means even the thought of anything to please ourselves or for our to please our ego is given up. That is, the sankalpas are gone. So attachment of ourselves with the worldly things is very normal because of the senses going towards the world. We interact with the objects of the world, living and non-living, and we develop a liking or disliking for the objects, and that is called raga and dvesha. So raga means liking, dvesha means disliking or hating the things. We don't want that. So the attachment of desirable experiences or things which make desirable experience is called raga. Devoid of raga is called vairagya. Vi raga means devoid of raga. There is no raga. So vi raga, that is called vairagya. And that is the product of viveka, means a discriminating faculty. And these two, they come from knowledge or vidya. Means real spiritual knowledge brings vivek and vairagya. So vairagya is coming out of attachment or liking for the objects of the world. So there are two types of vairagya. No? One is called Falgu Vairagya. It sounds like Faltu. Falgu Vairagya. And the other one is Yukta Vairagya. Falgu Vairagya is a product of thinking or knowing that whatever we see in the world is just a maya. It is transient, it is maya, it is loaded with and it comes with miseries. Knowing these, the vairagya which comes is called Falgu Vairagya. That you have understood that these worldly things will give you temporary, transient happiness, is followed by miseries in most of the cases, and it is really a meaningless activity, except pleasing you for time being. And with that knowledge, the vairagya that you develop is called Falgu Vairagya. So Falgu Vairagya, the term Falgu comes from there was a river in Bihar. That is Falgu River. That river runs under the earth, about 3 feet underneath, and so it is not visible, and it is from that the term comes Falgu Vairagya, temporary Vairagya, unseen. So it's like we go to somebody's funeral and we develop a distress for life, and says that time we all realize that life is uncertain, anything can happen, we are here temporary, we go empty, and that wisdom time being comes, that is Falgu Vairagya. or or when we go to visit a friend who is in the hospital and suffering from breathing trouble, and he has a trouble in taking a deep breath, and he's struggling for breath, and that time we go there to meet him, and that time we get this understanding that health is very important, and we should take care of health, and you get that wisdom springs in your mind, and thank God I am fine and I can breathe. But the moment that he comes out of the hospital, and in a day or two he forgets that, and then with the other group of friends he goes to a club and he smokes and drinks. So that vairagya that he developed in the hospital is called Falgu Vairagya. Got it? Yukta Vairagya, the another kind is the Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya is a product, a real product of knowing that everything belongs to God, the whole Prakriti, and I'm a part of Prakriti. So whatever I do, also I offer to God with that firm understanding. He gives up the things of the world. That is called Yukta Vairagya. Means very mature. He has understood that everything, what we see in the world, moving and non-moving, belongs to God, and my body, mind, and intellect also a part of Prakriti. So I also belong to God, and whatever it does and offer to God, that is called Yukta Vairagya. From that mature understanding, and that Yukta Vairagya is once it develops, it is steady, and so that is a that is a and both these sannyasi and karma yogi both have this understanding, and they are on the path to divinity, and both will get to the same place. So, so that sloka also comes in the previous chapter. Yata sankhye prapyate sthanam तत योगेरपि गम्यते एकम सांख्यम च योगम च यः पश्यति स पश्यति. Lord Krishna tells where yoga will take you, karma yoga, the same place sannyas yoga will take you. Yata sankhye prapyate sthanam tata yogeraphi gamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha yah pasyati sa pasyati. So the one who understands that both are same is the real seer, a real man of understanding. So these sannyasi or karma yogi both are one. So the third verse is God explains the different stages of a striver, the one who's going in this path. That says Aruruk Samunere कर्म कारणम उच्यते योगारूढ़स्य तस्यैव सम कारणम उच्यते. Here God explains the different stages, different levels of yoga. Aru Ruksa Munner Yogam. Aru Ruksa means the one who is going upwards in the yoga, beginner. Aru Ruksa Munner Yogam Karma Karanam Uchyate. He's more involved with karma. Yoga Rudhasya Tasyeva. But the one who has mastered yoga, yoga Arudha means master, PhD in yoga, where means doing yoga for a long time. So Aru Ruks means a beginner. Aru Ruks Muneryogam Karma Karanam Uchyate Yoga Rudasya Tasyeva Sama Karanam Uchyate. And the one who has mastered yoga, now he's dedicated and he is interested, and he will go towards the path of meditation only, because he is he's far ahead in the process of yoga. So Aru Ruksa Munir Yogam Karma Karanam Uchyate Yogarudasya Taseva Sama Karanam Uchyate. So these desire to go on the path of yoga for the karma yogi and sannyas yogi comes from the knowledge, and that knowledge is in the scriptures. So our Upanishad says beautiful sloka there in the Mandukya Upanishad. So it says, Pariksha Lokan means it is the product of introspection. We all ought to do that. What are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? Where I stand? Whether I'm stuck only in the sensory level, which is the first level in the world, and in the ladder of yoga, or am I progressing? So the introspection, that what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, and using the strength to subdue the weaknesses is the process of proceeding in yoga. So these verse from Mundaka Upanishad says that Pariksha Lokan, Pariksha Lokan, Pariksha Lokan Karma Chittan Brahmano, Pariksha Lokan Karma Chittan Brahmano, Nirvedam Ayat, Na Akrutah Krutena, Na Akrutah Krutena. Means Atman, you don't have to, it cannot be attained by action. So it is called Akruta. Krutena means by external activities. Pariksha Lokan means the man of knowledge or one who wants to progress on this side should examine and he comes to conclusion. Pariksha Lokan Karma Chittan Brahmano means the people who are interested in going towards Brahman. Nirvedam Ayat, they come to the conclusion that you cannot attain which is akrutah krutena, means it cannot be attained by activities. Therefore, what you do? Therefore, tad vignanartham gurumeva vigachet kshotriyam brahmanistha. With these knowledge that no matter what I do in the world, I cannot reach to the ultimate Almighty, knowing that tad vignanartham means to know that Almighty, tad vignanartham. Gurumeva abhigachet, samit pani with the grass, which is a symbol of your dedication. Samita pani means there's a grass in your hand as your readiness to do Saranagati. Samita pani, Shrotriyam Brahmanista, to go to a guru who is well heard and realized soul. When after examining you 30 years, 40 years, you did the worldly things, and now you come to conclusion there is nothing to get here. I cannot reach anywhere except this is my repeat activities, and I will go nowhere. To get the real knowledge, you go to the Guru. So these both masters, sannyas and karma yogi have done that process. So the next verse he says, Yadahi indri artheshu, the fourth verse, Yadahi indri artheshu na karmasu anusajyate sarva sankalpa sannyasi yoga roots tada uchyate. Again, God gives the definition of yoga. When the yada, this is yada tada sloka. Yada means when this happen, that will happen. So when you go in the rain, you will get soaked. Yada tada. They're the same way. So yada hi na indriya artheshu means sense objects. Yada na indriya artheshu na karmasu anusajyate, nor with the action. He is not attached to the sense objects nor to the activity. Yada hi na yada na indriya artheshu na karmasu anusajyate sarva sankalpa sannyasi, and he has given up all these thoughts of acquiring and enjoying the worldly thing. Sarva sankalpa sannyasi yoga arudha tada uchyate. Such a yogi is a yoga arudha, means the master in the yoga. So whether this thing happens to us or whether we can go on this path depends, and most of the time we don't and we cannot go and we do not go on the path or divine path is because of avidya. When we learned of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we learned that these are called obstacles. They are the obstacles in life, and they are avidya, asmita, raga, dvesh, abhinivesh. These five are the obstacles which keep us hanging in the world, and we only live worldly life and we cannot attain to higher spiritual goal. So that is, and all these five kleshas, they are called kleshas or obstacles. Kleshas means difficult obstruction, difficult hindrances. So, and they are avidya, asmita, rag, dvesha, abhinivesh. And the main leader is avidya, means avidya means we discussed this in detail before, means wrong knowledge. Avidya, not absence of knowledge, but wrong knowledge in which we are all established. So, if we are established in that wrong knowledge, then we cannot think about it or we cannot proceed. And what is avidya? So, Maharishi Patanjali described avidya, avidya, and that we also saw that that is anitya, asuchi, dukhi, anatma. Four things. Anitya, asuchi, dukkha, anatma. Taking them as nitya, suchi, sukha, atman. That, that mistake and our cognition established into that and firmly believing in that is called avidya. What is anitya, means which is temporary, I took it as permanent. Anitya, nitya. Anatman, which is not Atman, we thought it is Atman. What is full of miseries, we thought it is happiness. And what is not desirable, asuchi, we thought it is suchi or pavitra or worth doing. Means these four things we mistook, and that causes avidya, and that is the reason for all our trouble. And avidya, with along with our asmita, means our ego, develops, takes our consciousness, which was pure, and develops a raga and dvesha for the worldly things. Raga, I want this and I enjoy this. I want to repeat that desirable experience, and I don't like this thing. I don't want this undesirable experience. That is dvesha. So raga, dvesha. And while doing this, we have developed so much of attachment to the worldly things that we don't want to give that up. So we have developed a love for the life in our body. That is called abhinivesh. Abhinivesh means life, means desire and clinging to the life in the body is called abhinivesh. So these five kleshas. And yogis have bypassed these, and that's why they go on that path. So the next one is, now God says how we will do it. So the fifth sloka, God says, Udared atmana atmanam na atmanam avsadet atmev atmano bandhu atmev ripuratmana. Very, very powerful. Udoret means lift yourself. Udored atmana atmanam. Here the word atman is used. Word atman is used for body. Word atman is used for our mind and our atma. So depending upon the context. No? So udored atmana atmanam. Lift your lower self with the higher self. Udored atmana atmanam. Na atmanam avsadet. Don't degrade it. Don't push it down. Avsadet. Why? Atmev atmano bandhu. Your higher self is your friend. Atmano bandhu. And atmev atmano ripu. And that same mind can become your enemy. Again. Mind intellect complex, mind intellect ego complex, which is called antakaran. That if not taken care of, not disciplined, not mature spiritually, it can drag you down to the worldly thing and keep you there and take you further downwards. So the same mind can become your enemy. The same mind, when it is trained, when it is spiritually advanced, disciplined, controlled, that same mind will take you upwards towards your soul. So, Atma means mind is your friend, mind is your enemy, depending upon how you have disciplined your mind, how you have trained your mind. Disciplining and training the mind comes from where? From the scriptures, from parents, the one who is your well-wisher, from your guru. So if that is done, the same mind will help you uh, modify and move your consciousness towards your Atman. So, Udred Atmana Atmanam, with your higher self, you lift your lower self. Higher self is intellect and Atman. But even intellect can get corrupted. So, we are only left with Atman. So, God explains these all four things. Indriyani parani aho. There is one sloka in the Bhagavad Gita. Indriyas are very powerful. Indriyani parani aho. Indriyebhya param mana. Stronger than that is man. Manasastu para buddhi. Stronger than that is buddhi. Yo buddhi partastu sa. And the most powerful is your Atman. So these four are our equipments. And God says, use the most important power of your Atman to train your intellect and mind to lift you upwards towards me. Udaret Atmana Atmanam Atmanam Avsadet Atmi Atmano Bandhu Atme Vripuratmana. So using whatever God has given, these are the equipments God has given. So there are three kinds of strength God has given. One is called um, muscular strength or bala. So it's a saririk, physical. Then buddhi bala, it means intellect buddhi bala. And atma bala, the power of Atman. So use all three, and we have to be aware about this. That's why Vivekananda say perfectly fit body. so so there's the physical health, then intellectual health with the proper thinking and proper guidance and proper scriptures, and Atmabala, and using the power of our Atman, which everybody has it. It means the determination and all power. It is the most powerful thing we have, Atmabala. So using that, so one can lift oneself to higher and higher. And if it is not done and mind is left on its own with input from senses, it will drag you down and will keep you down, and you will deteriorate, and the whole life will be up and down, enjoying the little bit of here and there, and the time will run out, and the real use of these all assets you have not done. That's what it is. That's why God tells us, no, that in Bhagavad Gita again, Mayeva manadatsva, 12th chapter, no, 12:8. Ashokji loves that. So, my eva manadatsva, only in me. My eva, only in me. My eva mana adatsva means you put your mind in me, establish your mind in me. My eva manadatsva. My buddhim nivesaya, also your intellect. God gives importance to these two, man and buddhi. My eva mana abdatsva, my buddhim nivesya. What will happen? Nivasisyasi my evam. You will stay in me. Nivasisyasi my evam. Atha urdhvam asansaya. Starting from today, from now, you will live in me. 12:8. मयि एव मन आदत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मयि एवम् अत ऊर्ध्वम् असंशय. For there is no doubt. Do this too. Try, try for a month, and you will see the difference. No, so this is God says mind and intellect, and He says use and keep them refined. Don't let them get corrupted with the worldly things. So the manufacturer, God tells us these things that you do this. So the uh, the next verse, the 6:6, it says, Bandhur Atma Atmanastasya yen Atmev Atmanajita Anatmanasta Satrutve Vartate eva Satruvat. One who has not trained it, it will become your enemy, it will act like your enemy, it will keep causing you problems. So refine your mind and intellect. So refine, purify, and discipline. Refine, purify, and discipline your mind and intellect. What will happen then? Jitatmana prasantasya. You will be Jitatman, means the one who has conquered the mind. Jita, conquered. Atmana means mind. Jitatmana prasantasya. Such as you become tranquil. Jitatmana prasantasya parmatma samahita. You will feel the presence of Paramatma or soul, Paramatma. Jitatmana prasantasya Paramatma samahita, which is equanimity. You will feel that equanimity yourself. Jitatmana prasantasya Paramatma samahita sitoshna sukha dukkheshu tatha manapamaniyo. Whether you are in a good circumstances, bad circumstances, happiness, sorrows, in no matter what, you will be with equanimity of mind, and that is called yoga. Equanimity of mind is called yoga. Means you are not perturbed. Good thing passes, bad thing passes, somebody insults you, somebody pampers you and gives you a garland. It is like clouds, it is passing by. It will not make you difference. When you have disciplined and conquered your mind. Jit Atmana Prasantasya. Prasant means tranquil. Prasant Mahasagar, no, that ocean is very quiet. No? Prasantasya, Chitatmana Prasantasya, Paramatma, Samahita means will give you equanimity because it is equipoised itself. Paramatma. Sitoshna Sukhadosh. God gives examples of heat and cold, but all circumstances, riches and poverty, you go bankrupt or you make $1 million lottery, you will be equanimity. So that Sitoshna Sukha Dukhe Tatha man apamanyo. Man apaman affects your intellect. So you will be fine. Like a man with the raincoat in a rainy season. You will not be drenched with the difficulties of the world. So then God tells further, Gnana Vignana Truptatma Kutastho Vijitendriya Yuktiti Uchati Yogi Sama Lostasma Kanchan. The man who is soaked with Gnana Vignan means theory knowledge and wisdom. Gnana Vignana Trupta means drenched. Gnana Vignana Truptatma. Kutastho means steady. Kutastho. Vijitendriya, one who has mastered all Indriyas. Vijitendriya. What is it called? Yuktiti uchyate. That such a yogi is called yukta. Yuktiti uchyate yogi. Sama lostasma kanchana. For him, the gold or a piece of earth, all are same. When that stage is attained. So Gnana Vignana Truptatma Kutastho Vijitendriya Yuktiti Uchati Yogi Sama Lostasma Kanch. Like a Ramakrishna, like Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahansa. He used to do that, he was Bengali, so he says, taka mati, means money, he will take a coin and he will say a piece of cloud, I mean the earth, and he says, these two are same. Taka, mati, tako. They are same. When, when such a yogi has attained that high level, and such a yogi will see everything as his own. So there's next verse comes. Suvad mitra ari udasin madhyastha dvesaya bandhusu sadhusu apicha papesu sambuddhir visisyate. The man with equanimity of mind will see a friend or foe, the one who is whether he's a neutral, your friend, or you're injurious to you, he's a yogi or he's a papi, all will look same to you. Suhad mitra ari udasim madhyastha dvesaya bandhusu sadhusu apicha papesu sambuddhir visesha. So for him, everybody is same and he will get a vision like that. Yogi unjita satatam atmanam rasi sthita ekaki yat chitta atma nirasira parigraha. So such a yogi pursuing the yoga in seclusion, on seclusion, atma rasi sthita ekaki means alone, yat chitatma means controlled mind, and intellect, yachittatma, nirasir aparigraha. So he is without any desires. Nirashir means no asa. Nirashir aparigraha. He doesn't care about accumulating the things. So yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rasisa. So all alone in seclusion, he is roaming with the divinity. So then now God tells you how you do it. Suchode se pratisthapaya stiram asanam atmana nati sritto nati nicho chelajino kusottaram. Now he says how you will do meditation. So God recommends go in a very secluded place, very nice place, pious, sacred place, like a bank of a river or near some temple or some quiet place. Sucho dese pratisthapaya. Again, select your spot there. Sucho dese. Sthiram asanam atmanam. Find out a place, sit down steady. Sthiram asanam. Nati srutto, nati nicho. Not very high, not very low. Otherwise, if it is very low, the water will bother you, insect will bother you, everything. If it's very high, you will be unsteady, you will feel dizzy. Nati sutto, nothing. Chela jino kusottaram. They recommend a seat made up of kusa grass, on the top of that, the skin of deer, on the top of that, soft cloth, one after the other, make a sit and establish that. So chode se pratisthapay stiramasnam atman na tisruto na ticho chelaji no kusotaram. Then what you will do? Tatreka gram manah krutva yat chitendriya kriya upvisyasana yunjante yogam atma visuddhaye. And there you meditate upon your Atman or on Almighty for purification of mind. So that is, tatra ekagram manah krutva yat chittendriya akriya upvisyasane yunjayat. Why? Atma visuddhaye, to purify your mind. Once your mind is purified, then the pure mind will let you enjoy the light of Atman and you will get all these benefits. So God says how you will sit down and do it. Samam kaya sirogrivam, sitting erect, samam kaya, body steady, samam kaya, siro, head, Griva, neck. Samam kaya siro grivam. Dharyan achalam stiram. Samprekshe nasikagram. Samdisa savalokayan. With a head, neck, and trunk in one line, in a comfortable position where you can sit for a long time without any disturbance, you focus your mind on your Atman or on me. Samam kaya sirogrivam dharyan achalam stiram samprekshe nasikaram. Looking steady in front. Some with the eyes closed or partly closed. Why? Because the eyes are the most distracting organs in the body. Wherever the eyes go, your mind will go. So you want the eyes to be steady, partly closed or totally closed, and not looking on right, left, up, down, nothing. Because wherever your eyes go, that's your mind goes. Suddenly there is a wedding procession, your mind will go towards the marriage and everything. If there is a funeral procession going on, your mind will go towards the miseries and instantaneously. So wherever your eyes go, your mind goes. So try to keep that. So that's why God says. By doing that, your mind will be very calm. Prasantatma vigatavi brahmachari vratestito manasayamya machitto yuktasit matpara. So prasant atma, when with the mind which is serene, vigata bhi means devoid of all fears. Vigata means one who has discarded. Vigata bhi means fear. Vigata bhi. Brahmachari vratesthito, the one who is only thinking over Brahman, or trying to please Brahman, or doing the activities which is pleasing to Brahman. Brahmachari, it is not only sexual activity, no. Brahmachari vratesthito. Manas sanyamya machitto. With the mind established. Manas sanyamya machitto. Yukta asit matpara. Thinking me to be the highest. What will happen? Yujanevam sadatmanam. Yogi niyatamanasa. Santi nirvana paramam. Mat sanstam adhigachati. Doing this way, yujanevam, by doing this process and meditating, yujanevam sadatmanam, constantly keeping mind in me. Yogi niyata manasa, the yogi who has conquered the mind. Yogi niyata manasa. Santi nirvana paramam, he will get a bliss which is not available in the world. No, Santi, unique kind of peace. Santi nirvana means liberation. Santi nirvana paramam, highest. Highest Santi, highest the test of liberation, Santi, Nirvana, Paramam, Mat Sanstham Adhigachati. You will abide in me. With the process that God explained, you do it, and God says you have to do it alone, all alone to the alone. Your guru cannot come with you, your wife cannot come with you, your friend cannot come with you. Going alone to the alone, all alone. So you do that, and you won't be alone because I will be with you all the time. So he says, I become your friend. You will never feel lonely. It's not like lonely that somebody puts you in a 6 feet chamber and locks you up. Because you are with the Almighty, you will never feel lonely. So this is what God explains, the first 15 slokas, how to do it, what yogi, what sannyasi, what mind, what equipment, all these things are discussed. So listen to this off and on and meditate on this so that this knowledge gets established in us, and then it becomes a second nature when it is done repeatedly. That's called Aru Ruksa Muner Yoga. If you have any question, you can ask, and we can enjoy it together. Any
You are
questions?
muted. You are muted.
Ramji,
You
you
are
are
muted.
muted. You are muted, Ramji.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I was talking. I was just thinking your comment saying that mind follows your eyes. I agree 100%, but I'll add two more items into it. I think mind also follows your ears and the mouth as well.
Yes,
Um,
but the most
yeah, right,
powerful one is the eyes, you know. So
right, right. Yeah,
most of the sensory input goes through the eyes.
correct.
So
Yeah, I
that
didn't realize that, but
because it encompasses so many things. Ears will listen, no, maybe 15 feet, 20 feet. Eyes, will roam around everywhere
correct.
and will attract and make the images. So, so that's why God says keep the eyes closed, and that's why He
Yep.
says go in a secluded place. There is no noise, no disturbance. Nobody is. All senses are important. No, so
Right.
so that's
I
why.
just need one clarification by here. I know you mentioned equanimity, where you are beyond man, upman, sukh, dukh, and it is a state of mind basically where this does not disturb you or you do not have any discrimination between both situations. So, how does it really a little bit, or is there any difference you can explain between sthit pragna and state of equanimity?
Is this the one who is having state of equanimity is a sthit prajna.
Okay, so
Sthit
it's a
prajna,
similar thing.
sthit
Okay,
prajna is the one with the steady wisdom.
correct.
Sthit pragnasya ka bhasa samadhistasya kesava. Arjuna asked.
Hmm.
So then God gives answer in another 10, 12 verses, no?
Hmm. So
Yes,
it's a
that's all.
similar thing. Okay,
Mm.
thank you.
Yes, same. But that all comes because of knowing that I am not this body, mind, intellect.
Intellect. I'm the Atman.
So Sunny said bad comment. So what do I care? He didn't say me. My mind, intellect has gone and forgotten.
Hmm.
Instead of meditating on that trauma or unpleasant experience, you are forgetting it. Like Lord Buddha's teaching, no?
Hmm.
I say that you are not meditating on painful experiences. You only focus on the current today. Don't think about past because you can't do anything. Don't worry about future because it is not yet come and it is all just imaginary. So be in present and focus on your mind and Atman and understand these equipments and then only it will not. Otherwise, if somebody hurts you and somebody said something 5 years ago, you are meditating on that, and you have so much of resentment. Is why he said that I'm going to fix him up. I'm waiting for an opportunity. All those it just cultivates it and hurts you more. The guy is gone already, but you are in trouble.
Yeah, I think even simple case of when you are driving and somebody cuts you off
Yeah,
and you say this guy, so you actually he took over your mind that time.
yeah,
So
yes,
basically mind which you need to refine, purify and discipline.
yeah.
And that is, I think this one interlaces quite a bit with Patanjali. I see it.
Of course, Patanjali have
Where
this,
he,
but
yeah, the
but
scientist.
Bhagavad Gita
Mm,
is a yoga shastra,
mm,
and Lord Krishna is Yogeshwara,
correct. Yeah.
Lord of Yoga.
Mm,
So this is ultimate truth. In one chapter, he gives so succinctly.
yeah, very
So
true.
every word we have to take it as 100% and absorb and use the intellect to understand the meaning, no, not whether it is right or wrong or when it's said and what it really means. And I think this way, you delete your I and then absorb this all content. It
Right.
becomes yours instantaneously.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Mm.
any
because
other
because
questions?
it does not demand our intellect, no. It demands our shraddha, our faith, that yes, this is what I want to be and this is what I agree 100% and I want to follow this path.
Yeah. So try not to live at sensory level. Try to live at an intellectual level and take care of your obstacle, which are the kleshas,
Yes,
all of them.
yes.
Very true. Thank you.
It's very profound, no?
Any other question?
Yes, sir.
The third shloka, which says Arurukshir Munir Yogam, Karma Karanam Uchyate, Yogarudasya Tasyeva Shama Karanam Uchyate. The Hindi meaning of this shloka suggests that let me read in Hindi, योग में आरूढ़ होने की इच्छा वाले मननशील पुरुष के लिए योग की प्राप्ति में निष्काम भाव से कर्म करना ही हेतु कहा जाता है, और योगारूढ़ हो जाने पर उस योगारूढ़ पुरुष का जो सर्व संकल्पों का अभाव है, शमः, वही कल्याण में हेतु कहा जाता है. सो द क्वेश्चन वाज not having any sankalpa. It doesn't matches with the world that we live in. Like we are, I mean, maybe I'm not understanding it correctly. So you make plans. For example, you started that Krishna hospital. So there was a vision. So there was a sankalpa, and I'm just trying to get.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So they contradict that? You think that you want to grow, so you plan. Isn't that sankalpa?
See, here when it says sankalpa is limited to your egocentric personal desires. Egocentric personal desires, they are traumatic, or they can cause problem to us. Other desires, God says, have them. The making a Krishna Heart Hospital was a very high, lofty idea.
Right.
And,
Sorry, that was not a good example. But in general, I was talking about the personal egocentric desires that we consider as the pathway to success. Because people plan, like even the career-wise or whatever you think, everybody is not governed by the altruistic approach as you had. I took the wrong example. But in general, I think we are kind of looking for motivation in desire to accomplish something.
Yes, that is true. But the achievements you gain by using your energy, your physical, mental energy, those benefits are transient. They are transient benefit. They will remain here. And it is not the ultimate goal of life. Ultimate goal of life, according to scriptures and great masters, is to realize God. It was not to get a one or two diploma. My diplomas are on the fourth floor somewhere, roaming. They are necessary, but that is not the end of it. That's what God says.
I got
So
it.
that is, you do it as a part of your duties and contribute to the world. Nothing wrong with it. But that besides that, your higher goal you forgot. That's what it is. So don't forget the higher goal. You use your medical knowledge to serve His creation. That's even better. So that is what God says.
Got it. Thank you.
So I guess any karmas, is you have binding for it, but karma like those yagnik karma which you said.
Yeah, that releases you.
That releases you, and that's what is guiding at that. You do the karmas, which is yagnik work.
Now, karmas offered to God will release you right away. Will release you from karma bandhana.
Yeah.
So that's why it is called prasad buddhi. Whatever God you give me, that is that is fine with me. If I get a first rank in the exam, it's fine. If I get a sixth rank, it is fine, God. That is called prasad buddhi. I try my best. Step is I try my best to my all the abilities with the equipment you gave. But whatever will happen, I'm fine with that and I'm happy with it. That is prasad buddhi, or surrendered to God.
Good. Thank you so much.
So Manjri ji, any question?
Not today.
Not today.
It's not.
I know it's getting late,
I love
but
my
I'm actually happy to see that Atma is referred to, meditate on the Atma is referred to in this chapter. And if we go back to Patanjali, he had said to meditate on Om, which is also the Atman.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was something that caught my attention. And like I also think that practice, like the study of scriptures is important, but practice is also very important. So from that perspective, I'm so happy that you picked this chapter for us to study.
Yes, this chapter is very good. So meditate on Om. Patanjali ji says that is that is same as Atman. So Om is a part, is a name of God, and Atman is a part of God. So that is the same thing. Atman and Paramatma. Sometimes the word Paramatma is used for our self or soul. So
Thank you.
there is no difference. There is no difference between yogi and sannyasi. There is no difference between different deities. There is no difference nowhere. Everything is one. That oneness understanding, you are done. You are at the top of mountain, no? Because you see everything as His creation and Him only. Everything is God, nothing else but God.
Yeah.
मथ परतरम नान्यत किंचिदस्ति धनंजय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतम सूत्रे मणिगणाय. How much clear you want God to be? He says मथ परतरम, there is nothing besides me, not that there is nothing higher than me. मथ परतरम नान्यत किंचिद अस्ति धनंजय. Arjuna, there is nothing except me. मयि सर्वम इदम प्रोतम सूत्रे मणिगणाय. You all are woven. You all, everything is woven into me like a cotton thread with the knots. I pull out and there is nothing else but cotton thread. That's me. Can it be more clear than that?
Okay.
So if we doubt this, then we are in a mess ourselves. Means you have to purify your intellect to understand that.
Yeah.
That's what is called purification of intellect. Antakarana Suddhi means your mind and intellect, you are purifying so that you can grasp.
Good. I also think that with meditation practice, the idea of surrender to God becomes easier, because in a manner of speaking, when you're meditating, you are you're allowing the thoughts to happen without actually um,
Interacting with that.
yeah, engaging with them or talking with them. So I think that is the bhav of self surrender to God, but like surrender to God sounds like an abstract construct, whereas when you're meditating, it becomes like a something more real.
Yes, yes. Only and only goal of meditation is God realization. These other benefits are ancillary benefits, not to make my skin better and my body more flexible and my focus more intense and to make more money from the corporate world. No, they were ancillary benefits. Only yogis do meditation to realize God. They don't do it to make mind sharper or skin better. No? That's very important to remember that meditation is done is for that. Here the meditation they say, oh, take a deep breath and hold it and you do it, you temporarily you quiet down. But your main goal is to realize God, means you have no doubt that God exists and there is no question left. That is God realization. Nothing more than that. Nothing more will happen. No? Okay.
All right, I think it is.
Okay, Kalpana ji. Namaste. Kalpana ji is quiet now.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat
Purnat
Purnamudachyate
Purnamudachyate
पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you everyone for joining.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Good
Thank
night.
you.